Hello everyone, name's Elise. This is the JJ Movie Trash Game Reviews, everybody. And right now, everyone, I'm going to give you right now my top 6 Middle-earth movies. Now, like 2 months ago, I did this video before, but I really believe my opinion has changed, and this is the official one. After this, there's going to be no more for the Middle-earth for the least of movies, and there's no more for the rankings. Well, I hope there's going to be more Middle-earth movies, because the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings series, I love it to death. But yeah, let's start off with the worst of all of them for Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. So my least favorite is Hobbit Unexpected Journey. Now, when I found out that Peter Jackson was going to bring the Hobbit to film, I was automatically ecstatic. I was super happy. But the problem is, the Hobbit, to me, the Unexpected Journey never was the Lord of the Rings hype. Lord of the Rings is like A+ storytelling. That's A+ movies right there. When I saw the Hobbit, I left disappointed in the theaters, and when I rewatched it, I was disappointed, but not as much. Is it the greatest thing to Lord of the Rings? Does it come close? Not really, in my opinion. The Unexpected Journey follows Bilbo Baggins, who's played by not Tom Welling. God, I forgot the actor name, but he was in a British Office. But yeah, he's Bilbo Baggins. This is his journey with Thorin Oakenshield about the dwarves of Erebor and how they're trying to take back their homeland from the evil dragon Smaug, and how Gandalf the Grey returns, Ian McKellen returned, awesome. And we have Gollum returns also. This is about Bilbo finding the One Ring, finding his adventure, and it's the beginning of the story that started it all. For at least The Hobbit and turn to Lord of the Rings. But for The Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey, is it the greatest film? No, but there are many great moments that come from there. What the problem is with this film, it's the pacing. To me, the pacing is way off in this film. Very much. I guess that it's a startup for any movie series, but still, it didn't get me in the right way. I was like very disappointed in it. And the CGI. The main problem with all the Hobbit movies and with compared to Lord of the Rings is that the overall use of CGI. Not to mention, all the orcs look the fucking same. I mean, in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy, every single orc has special details to make it look different. But the Hobbit is just basically the same thing. So when I see the dwarves and fighting against the dwarf fighting against the orcs or trolls or goblins, whatever you want to call them, they all look the fucking same. And nothing looks different, nothing looks that special, and the CGI just looks sometimes fake as hell. And that's why it's not as great compared to all the other Lord of the Rings films or Hobbit films, but I give this film a 9 out of 10. I greatly enjoyed this film. Well, I greatly enjoyed it for a standalone film. As compared to Lord of the Rings, it's crap, but it's a 9 out of 10 for me. I think it's a very good film. I had a little complaints again with the pacing issues, overall use of CGI. I love Thorin Oakenshield and Bilbo, two of my favorite pairings. I actually like them better than Frodo and Aragorn, in my opinion. I like Bilbo and Thorin's relationship a lot more. But yeah, so the Hobbit Unexpected Journey is number 6 on the list. Not my favorite, but it's a good film. 9 out of 10. Now, my 5th favorite Middle-earth movie is The Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies. Now here's the thing, this is the last of the Hobbit films and Lord of the Rings films. And did it solve everything for all 6 movies? For the most part, it did. It's a greatly enjoyable film. I'd say it's cut way too short. I love the music video for The Last Goodbye. The guy that played Pippin, he does the voice, and the credit scenes are amazing also. Now, again, what killed it for me was the CGI. The battle in the CGI was so overly fake. I swear, you could just see them run on the green screen. It totally looks fake. All the areas, it doesn't look like it's actually part of anything. And I like most of this stuff in this entire film for the most part. But for overall and for what it is, it's greatly enjoyable. I do enjoy Gandalf the Grey. I do like Bilbo. I like the end of Thorin Oakenshield and his line. I like Smaug. I really do believe they should have just ended the whole Smaug storyline. And the end of the Desolation of Smaug, they should have just ended right there with the dragon actually dying. But still, for the Battle of the Five Armies, it's a greatly enjoyable film. It to me, all was... Well, it did for the most part. It almost hits all the marks to me about the end of The Lord of the Rings and Hobbit's journey. But the problem is this. Thorin Oakenshield's death, I didn't see no special funeral, and I was greatly upset by that. I mean, there were some parts of it I did not enjoy, but for the most part of it, it fulfilled me. I love the Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies. Maybe not the battle sequences, but overall the story arcs were greatly improved. I greatly enjoy this film. It's a 9.4 out of 10. Not compared to Lord of the Rings standards, but still, it could have been a lot worse. But for the most part, it hits all the marks for a great ending. So yeah, Hobbit: The Battle of Five Armies is gonna be a 9.4 out of 10. Number 5. Now, my fourth spot is The Hobbit: Desolation and Smaug. So we all know what's going to be the top 3, of course, but Hobbit: Desolation and Smaug, it was to me the one that was greatly compared to Lord of the Rings. This one was almost just as good as Lord of the Rings films, because when I first saw Hobbit: Unexpected Journey, I was like, disappointed, but when I saw the Hobbit Desolation and Smaug, everything was improved in my opinion. The pacing was improved, everything was darker. What I love about this film, well, here's the thing. With Battle of Five Armies, I had a lot of great moments I loved about that film. But this one, there's not that many great moments. But it's an overall better film. Because, one, we see the corruption of greed and sickness with Bilbo with the ring. We see him how, he kills the spider instantly. And when the spider goes near the ring, he kills it instantly. And you just see this transition of, what did I just do? This is coming from Bilbo from the first one, who could hardly kill anything. And now he's just killing spiders savagely, which was pretty awesome. Also, I like Doran Okachill's descent to madness at the beginning, how he won't risk the life of this quest for one burglar or even for his kin. You see the slow madness starting to form in about his obsession just to retake the mountain and become king. Down the gold will soon transfix him. And what can I say? Benedict Cumberbatch's Smaug was amazing in this film. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch's Smaug was just awesome. The CGI was working perfectly in this one to me. Also, we introduced so many new things about this. We introduced Mirkwood. We never saw Mirkwood before. We get King Dratil, Legolas is back. Tariel, a new character that wasn't in the books, which I greatly enjoyed. Also, and there are so many great moments. Bard Bowman makes an appearance. We see Lake Town for the first time. And then we see Erebor. I say it greatly improved a vast new location that we'd never seen before in the Lord of the Rings or Hobbit films. And Hobbit: Desolation and Smaug was to me a really better paced film, better action film. To me, this was a step in the stone to the next thing, Battle of the Five Armies. But I still love this more. Out of 10, I give the Hobbit: Desolation and Smaug a 9.6 out of 10. I really love this film, Desolation and Smaug. I just rewatched them all, and yeah, rewatched. Sorry if I sound different, but yeah. When I rewatched them all, I just realized Desolation and Smaug was definitely the better film. 9.6 out of 10. Great film. Now to the top 3. Now, a lot of people say, it's The Fellowship, Two Towers, or Return of the King. Which one's the number 1? Well, for my third favorite is Narnia and the Fellowship of the Ring. It started all for the entire Lord of the Rings franchise. Everything worked out good. All the costumes designs were awesome. The entire act and the action, the pace was beautiful. I love it. You Shall Not Pass with Gandalf of Ian McKellen. My God, there's so many dang great moments of Fellowship of the Ring I love. The Ring Wraiths, loved them. They were dark, they were awesome. Great villains. So many great things about this entire film. The death of Boromir. I mean, I could go on and on how much I love the Fellowship of the Ring. It's a 9.7 out of 10 for me. Maybe I like a little bit more. I didn't like little things more in this film compared to other films, but still, it's my third favorite. 9.7 out of 10. Love this film. Now, my second favorite film, and this was usually my first, but now it's just my second, is Lord of the Rings at $2. The introduction of Gollum, played by Andy Serkis. Awesome. What can you not like about Gollum? We get the introduction of Rohan, which is one of my favorite places of Middle-earth, and the groups of people compared to Gondor. Also, Saruman Isengard, played by Christopher Lee. What's not awesome? And then Gandalf the Grey turned to Gandalf the White. The Battle of Helm's Deep. Sam's beautiful dialogue of why they're doing what they're doing, as Frodo says, what he says to Frodo. And then Frodo, we see the corruption of Frodo and how Sam's trying to save him from this. And we see basically that bipolar thing with Gollum and Smeagol of who's going to win in this battle of wills. And I really loved it. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Out of a 10, 9.8 out of 10. I really love it. It's 2 on the list. Number 1 is The Return of the King. Come on, and won so many dang Oscars. What did it win? 11 Oscars, I believe it won. It's the perfect ending for any Lord of the Rings series. I just couldn't believe how beautiful and amazing this was. The credit scenes, was simply amazing. The action was awesome. Granted, I liked the Battle of Helm's Deep. Battle of Helm's Deep and Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers was my overall favorite one compared to the Battle of Pelennor Fields or the Siege of Minas Tirith. I like the Battle of Helm's Deep better, but overall the action was great. The dialogue was great. Gandalf's speech to Pippin about how it doesn't end here and what you will see at the end, and I just really greatly loved that entire thing. I say the only flaw about it was really, I know that Aragorn had to go into the mountain to get the undead to fight the armies of Mordor, but yeah, I get it, but overall it was my favorite thing. Overall, I greatly enjoyed this entire film. It was, like I said, it's the most perfect, beautiful ending for any Lord of the Rings series, and it just ended it completely for me. I was ultimately satisfied at the end. Everything was so great about this entire film. So yeah, Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King is a 9.8 or 9 out of 10. Out of a 10 for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I gave it like a 10 out of 10. So Lord of the Rings trilogy, I gave a 10 out of 10. The Hobbit series, I gave like a 9.2 out of 10, just because this one was kind of off for me. But yeah, overall, I greatly enjoy all the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit films. There's hardly anything. There's not a single bad film in that entire 6 movies. But now you all know my list. My least favorite is Hobbit: Unexpected Journey. Number 5 is Hobbit: The Battle of Five Armies. Number 4, Hobbit: Desolation Smog. Then Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring is number 3. Number 2, Two Towers. And number 1, Return of the King. Overall, you just saw my list. So let me know what y'all think. Everyone, subscribe if you like, disagree with me or not. Leave comments down below. I really want to know what's your opinions, because I only see like one other person who's I also subscribe to, Mr. TARDIS11. He does the top 6 Middle Earth movies, so you should check out his video as well. And overall, I want people to do this more so I can know their opinions and what they agreed upon the films or what they believe what should be in this order. So yeah, everyone, get involved with the YouTube community. My name's Elise, and signing off. You have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.